Fear is a universal human experience. We all face it, yet we all deal with it differently. Some let fear paralyze them, while others, like the ancient Stoics, use it as fuel. In this video, we'll explore how Stoic philosophy, with its emphasis on self-discipline and a deep understanding of human nature, provides a path to not only conquering fear, but also turning it into a source of strength. One of the core tenets of Stoicism is the idea that emotions, including fear, are not inherently bad. It's how we choose to react to them that matters. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Our minds have the remarkable ability to conjure up worst-case scenarios that can intensify our fear. But when we learn to differentiate between what we can control and what we can't, fear loses much of its power. Let's take, for example, the common fear of public speaking. Many people experience intense anxiety at the thought of addressing a crowd. Their minds might race with images of a packed room, their voice shaking, and the audience laughing at their every stumble. However, the Stoics would argue that this fear, while very real, is largely a product of our own making. We magnify the potential for humiliation and failure, conjuring up a monster in our minds that may not exist in reality. But why do we do this? Why does our mind play these tricks on us? According to Epictetus, fear often stems from a misunderstanding of what is within our control. When we start fixating on outcomes, on things that are outside of our power to influence, that's when fear takes root and grows. But when we shift our focus to our own actions, to the choices and behaviors that we can control, fear starts to lose its hold. Instead of worrying about the size of the crowd or the quality of the microphone, a Stoic would encourage us to concentrate on the message, on the preparation, and on the delivery. By focusing on what we can control, we free ourselves from the torment of what we can't. Fear also has the power to immobilize us, to keep us stuck in a cycle of worry and inaction. However, as Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, put it, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice. Taking action, no matter how daunting, is a powerful antidote to fear. It's a way to reclaim agency in situations where we feel powerless. When we choose to act, we interrupt the cycle of fear and start building momentum towards our goals. For instance, if you've always wanted to be a writer, but fear keeps you from putting pen to paper, then start writing. It doesn't have to be a masterpiece, just something, anything to get the words flowing. The more you write, the better you'll become, and the fear of failure will gradually fade away. Furthermore, Stoicism teaches us to embrace the present moment. To truly live, according to Epictetus, is to be immersed in the present. When we dwell on the future or ruminate about the past, we lose touch with the here and now. But it's in the present that life unfolds, where opportunities arise and challenges are met. We often fear the future because it represents uncertainty, the unknown. But as Seneca said, what is a man if he cannot alter his present condition? The Stoics believed that the key to overcoming fear lay in understanding and accepting the present moment. By focusing on what is within our control, by recognizing that we can only truly know and act in the present, we can make better decisions and take more effective actions. But what about the past? We tend to fear the future because it reminds us of past mistakes or missed opportunities. However, as Marcus Aurelius noted, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. While we can't change the past, we can learn from it. The Stoics practiced a form of reflective thinking where they examined their past actions and decisions, not to dwell on them, but to extract valuable lessons. By understanding why we acted the way we did and the consequences of our decisions, we can adjust our course for the future. We don't have to let our past define us or dictate our future. Another powerful tool in the Stoic arsenal against fear is negative visualization, also known as premeditation's orkslib. This practice involves mentally rehearsing potential negative outcomes, not to amplify fear, but to lessen its impact. By imagining and planning for the worst-case scenario, we reduce its power to shock or surprise us. Imagine, for example, that you're about to embark on an important journey. Instead of letting fear of potential setbacks like delays or cancellations dictate your state of mind, you practice negative visualization. You imagine the journey going wrong, and you prepare contingency plans. You check and recheck your travel documents. You research alternative routes and accommodations. By doing so, you turn a potentially paralyzing fear into a source of proactive energy. You've turned a fearful anticipation into productive action. The Stoics recognized that fear often arises from our tendency to overestimate the likelihood of negative events. We catastrophize, imagining worst-case scenarios that are unlikely to occur. Negative visualization is a way to challenge these catastrophic thoughts. When we systematically think through potential problems and develop strategies to address them, we realize that many of our fears are unfounded, or at least more manageable than we initially perceived. Moreover, negative visualization helps us to appreciate the present moment. When we regularly contemplate the possibility of loss or setback, we become more aware of the fragility of life. This heightened awareness can serve as a powerful motivator, pushing us to make the most of every opportunity and to cherish each moment. It's a reminder that life can change on a dime, and that makes each day more precious. In conclusion, Stoicism offers a profound perspective on how to deal with fear. It doesn't advocate for the avoidance or denial of fear, but rather for a courageous acceptance of life's uncertainties. By understanding and embracing the Stoic principles of self-control, focus on the present, and negative visualization, we can turn fear, one of life's most potent emotions, into a catalyst for growth, resilience, and wisdom. As Seneca wisely put it, "He who is afraid of something has already given up half the battle." Don't let fear dictate your actions or limit your potential. Embrace it, understand it, and channel it into a force that propels you forward on your journey to greatness.